Today we will start our lecture with this point, that is a central idea of our subject. Okay, what is the central idea of our subject? Central idea of our subject means in each topic what we are going to study, or what is the important topics that are present in this particular chapter. That is nothing but the central idea of that subject. Okay, means particularly what we have to study in that particular chapter, that is nothing but the central idea of that particular subject. Okay, so how many chapters we are having? We are having the 6 chapters. Okay, as you have already studied, or we have already discussed the syllabus related to this particular point. Okay, so what is our first chapter? Economic aspects of power system. Okay, so in this economic aspects of this power system, what we are going to study? We are going to study the basic terms which are used into the power system in this chapter first, and also we are going to study some of the economic aspects in the sense how much we are going to sell the electricity, or how much electricity is sold to the consumer at what rate. That we are going to study it into the economic aspects of power system. Okay, now our second chapter, what is that? Base load power plant. Okay, now what is the concept of base load and what is the concept of peak load? That we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, बेस लोड म्हणजे काय, पीक लोड म्हणजे काय, आपल्याला स्टडी करायचंच आहे. ओके, बट whatever the base load power plants are there, that we are going to see in this chapter how electricity is generated in this different power plant. With the help of that, we are going to understand its operation. Okay, we are going to study in this base load power plant, in with the help of which power plant we are going to generate the electricity. Means there are different power plants are there, in that we are going to generate that electricity. And whenever we are generating electricity, what will be the its detailed operation, that we are going to study in this base load power plants. Okay, the same concept is applicable to this peak load power plants. Okay, in this chapter also, what we are going to study? In the peak load power plant, we are going to study how electricity is generated in this peak load power plant with its detailed operation. Okay, how we are going to generate electricity in this particular peak load power plant with its operation. आज सी, मी तुम्हाला पॉवर प्लांट म्हणतोय, याच्यावरून तुम्हाला एक आयडिया आली असेल. व्हॉट आयडिया यू आर गेटिंग हियर इज दॅट we are going to generate the electricity in this different power plants. It may be a base load power plant, or it may be a peak load power plants, but what we are going to do, we are going to generate the electricity in this particular power plants. So in this chapter number second and chapter number third, what we have to study, how we are going to generate the electricity in the power plant with its detailed operation. So this is our what I can say first section related to this our power system one. Now there are again 3 chapters are there which are going to be covered in this our particular subject. What is the name of our particular fourth chapter? The general structure of the power system. As we are saying that our subject name is power system, power system, power system, but we will understand what will be the exactly structure, how it is structured into different parts, that we are going to study it into the chapter number 4. Okay, म्हणजे फक्त आपण power system म्हणतोय, that is okay, but what will be its structure, that we are going to study it into the chapter number 4. That is nothing but the general structure of the power system. Okay, next, 5th chapter, economic aspects of transmission system. Okay, it's the same chapter we have studied it into the first system, that is economic aspects of power system. Here we are considering a whole power system, but here as far as the economic aspects of transmission, as you have already, I will already told you that there are basically three parts in the power system: generation, transmission, and distribution. Okay, so in this economic aspects on transmission, when we are going to transmit the electricity, at that time which are the economics aspects are there? So which are that economic aspects? It may be a cost of conductor. Okay, it may be a, what we can say, which are the components are required in that particular transmission system, what will be the its cost, that we are, this economics aspects we are going to study into this fifth chapter, that is nothing but the economic aspects of transmission system. And the very important chapter, that is nothing but the chapter number 6, mechanical design of overhead transmission line. Okay, now in this particular chapter, what we are going to study, what is the overhead transmission line. Okay, which conductors or which conductor material are used in that particular overhead transmission line, then which are the insulators or which are the insulating materials which we are going to use into the overhead transmission line. Then we are also going to study which are supports which we are going to use, and at last we are going to see a very important part, that is nothing but the, what is the meaning of string efficiency. Okay, what is the string efficiency? Whenever that chapter will come, I will tell you what is the meaning of that particular string efficiency. But as far as the real power system is concerned, this chapter is very important, that is the mechanical design of overhead transmission line. Because actually whatever the transmission line we are going to see now, you have already seen the different transmission line near to your home, or what I can say, whenever you are traveling from here to there, you are seeing big what I can say, that different poles, and to that different poles the conductor are going to stretch in between that particular poles. Okay, so that we are going to really study in this particular sixth chapter, that is nothing but the, what is that overhead transmission line, which are the conductors we are used, which are the insulating materials we are using, which are the supports which we are using, and finally what is the concept of string efficiency. And that we are going to study into this particular chapter, that is nothing but the chapter number 6. Okay, so these are the 6 chapters. Baga, in this total power system subjects, what we have to study? Power system 1. What we have to study in this power system 1? First of all, we have to study how the particular electricity is generated in the different power plants. Okay, and then we have to study how we are going to transmit that electricity to the different parts. म्हणजे आपल्याला पॉवर सिस्टीम 1 मध्ये काय स्टडी करायचंय? We have to study how we are going to generate electricity, and after generation how we are going to transmit the electricity. That we have to study into this particular part, that is nothing but the power system first. Okay, the next part is there, how we are going to distribute the electricity and how we are going to make its analysis, that you are going to study it into the second year second semester and third year first semester. The distribution of electricity you are going to study it into the second year second semester, and the whole analysis of that particular power system you are going to study it into the third year first semester. Means for a short period, what you have to remind here, we will study here generation and transmission of electricity into the power system first. The next part, now we will study or we will discuss what is the importance of this subject, why we have to study this subject, or what is the importance of this particular subject in this syllabus. As you know that power system is the very important branch in the electrical engineering. As you know that this is the very core branch. Why I am saying it is core branch? Because control system, power system, electrical machines, then power electronics, These are our core subjects. Okay, so apart from this core subject, power system is the very important branch, is electrical engineering. Why it is called as the important branch? Because this power system deals with the how we are going to generate, transmit and distribute the electricity up to the consumer. As that is important, no, as we are electrical engineer, we need to study that particular part, how electricity is generated, how electricity is transmitted, and how electricity is distributed to the consumer. That we, as our electrical engineering, that is important. That's why we are going to study this particular subject in the curriculum of second year. Okay, as now you are entering into your core second year. Okay, after up to the first year you have studied your, what I can say, basic subject, but now you are, what happens, now you are studying the core electrical engineering subjects. Okay, so why we have to study this subject? We have to understand how we are going to generate, transmit and distribute the electricity up to the consumer. That's why this subject has been introduced into the curriculum. And this is, as this is what I can say, a very basic or important branch in the electrical engineering. So that's why we have to study this particular power system subject. Okay, everybody got this one? What is the importance of the subject in our syllabus? Have you got it? Yes. What is the importance of the subject in our syllabus? See, you are studying the particular subject, but you don't know why you are studying this subject. This is not what I can say valid. Whenever you are going to study any subject, at that time you should know why you are going to study this subject, why this subject has been introduced into the curriculum. Okay, so we have studied all basic parts related to our subject. That is nothing but the, from the starting we have discussed the syllabus of the subject in our detail. Next we have discussed what is course objective, course outcome of this our syllabus subject. Then we have discussed the title, what is the meaning of whatever the title of our subject is there, power system, what is its meaning, that we have studied. Then we have discussed the central idea of our subject, and then we have discussed the importance of this particular subject in the syllabus or the curriculum. Okay, so see, this is the introductory and basic part. You know that for each and every subject this particular part has been covered. Okay, now see, as far as our syllabus is concerned, we are having the 6th chapter. How many chapters are there? 6 chapters are there. Okay, so according to that particular chapter, we are going to start our first chapter in the today's lecture. So just a minute. Okay, so this is our chapter number first that we are going to study. That is nothing but the economic aspects of the power generation. This is the first chapter of our this particular power system first subject. Okay, so we will start with this chapter with the simple definition. See here, just a minute. What is the definition of economics of power generation? Okay, as you are saying, we are, what is our chapter's name? Economic aspects of power generation. But what is its meaning? We need to understand. Okay, we are starting our chapter, but we don't know the meaning of that particular chapter. Then there is no use. So what is the meaning of economics of power generation? See, the art of determining the per unit cost of production of electrical energy is known as economics of power generation. Okay, what is the economics of the power generation? The art, but which art of determining per unit cost of production of electrical energy. What, how much amount of cost we required for the production of 1 unit of electrical energy. That is nothing but the economics of power generation. That is nothing but the economics of power generation for production of 1 unit. Okay, for the production of 1 unit of electrical energy, how much cost is required, and whatever the process of determining cost, that is known as the economics of power generation. म्हणजे पर्टिक्युलर इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जीचं 1 युनिट प्रोड्यूस करण्यासाठी जी काय कॉस्ट लागते त्या कॉस्टला तुम्ही काय म्हणणार आहे, इकॉनॉमिक्स ऑफ पॉवर जनरेशन. ओके, मग आता ते पर युनिट, इन विच क्वांटिटी वी आर गोइंग टू मेजर दैट पर युनिट, the per unit is going to be measured in this particular quantity, that is nothing but the 1 kilowatt hour. So 1 kilowatt hour stands for the for how many time that energy is going to be consumed or it is going to be produced, and that particular kilowatt. Okay, this is nothing but the unit of that particular electrical energy, means which in particular which unit we are going to study. Whatever this per unit is there, this per unit is measured in which unit, that is nothing but the kilowatt hour. If 1 unit is produced, what we can say, 1 kilowatt hour. If 2 unit is there, we can say that 2 kilowatt hour. Means what is the this is a general I am telling you, but what is actually definition of this particular economics of power generation? For production of per unit, म्हणजे काय, 1 unit produce करण्यासाठी how much amount of cost that we required, and whatever the process of determining this cost, this is called as the economics of power generation. कळलं का सगळ्यांना? एव्हरीबडी गॉट दिस डेफिनेशन्स ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर इकॉनॉमिक्स ऑफ पॉवर जनरेशन as we are starting?
Yes,
But
sir.
yes, we are starting, you should know the definition of this particular chapter, or what is the meaning of this particular heading of this particular chapter. Another chapter, if it will happen like that, you know whole chapter and but you don't know what is in that particular chapter, then there is a no meaning of that. Okay, so this is the simple definition. Now see, as we are saying that this is, we have studied the what I can say, economics of power generation. But in this particular system of operation, which are the commonly used terms? Okay, which are the commonly used terms, म्हणजे ज्या टर्म्स आपल्याला परत परत सारख्या सारख्या येत जाणार आहेत, that we can call it is nothing but the commonly used terms. So which are that commonly used terms in this particular operation of the system, or you can say in this particular power system? First term is nothing but the connected load. Now I will particularly explain you what is the meaning of load. The simple definition of load is the device which consumes the power. Okay, what is the definition of load? The device which consumes the power. Take a simple example of our fan in our particular what I can say, home. Okay, this is a load. Why we can call it is the load? Because it going to consumes a power. Then take the example of electrical motor. Why we called it is the load? Because it consumes the power. Okay, so what I can say, load is nothing but the what, the device which consumes the power. Okay, you can not only you can consider tubes or fans, you can consider any household equipment. Okay, if you are considering our refrigerator, this can be also a load. Okay, you are considering the TV, it also can be a load. Why? Because they are going to consume the power. Now see, what is the connected load? The sum of rating of all equipments connected to the electrical supply system is called as a connected load. ओके, म्हणजे whatever the equipments are there which are connected to the electrical supply system, and whatever the rating of that particular electrical equipment is there, whenever I will add the ratings of this particular all equipments, then whatever the sum we are getting at the final, that we can call it is nothing but the connected load. Okay, what is the connected load? Understand the definition. Whatever the equipments which is connected to the electrical supply system, when I will take the rating of each equipment, and whenever I will add that particular ratings of the each equipment, and whatever the sum that I am going to get at the final, that is nothing but the connected load. So which are equipments? They have given the example here. See, they have given example: bulb is there, tube is there, CFL is there, fan is there, electric motors is there, socket outlets are there, power plugs are also there. They have given this different example of this connected load. Okay, now see, we will understand here with the help of figure. We will understand this term connected load. Okay, here I have given you figure. Baga, just I have given you figure here. How many what I can say, different equipments are connected here. First equipment is tube light. Okay, second equipment is heater, third equipment is TV, fourth is tube light, then CFL bulb, next ironing means what? In Marathi we can call it is three. Then again CFL bulb is there, and then fan is there. So these are the electrical equipment which are connected to whom? These are connected to the electrical supply system. Now we will see here at the bottom they have given the rating of each equipment. Manje, see here the tube light is there. What is the rating of that tube light? 40 watt tube lights. Then heater 1000 watt. Okay, then TV 60 watt, then tube light again 40 watt, then CFR 20 watt, then ironing it is of what? 500 watt, then CFL again 25 watt, and fan which is of what? 60 watt. Now this watt is nothing but the, these are nothing but the rating of that particular electrical equipment. Okay, these are the rating of particular electrical equipment. But what we have to do, whenever I will add this all equipments rating, and whatever the final at the time what I'm getting, that is nothing but the, I can call it is nothing but the connected load. That is called, it is nothing but the connected load. ओके, म्हणजे बघा दिस ट्यूबलाइट त्याचं रेटिंग किती आहे? 40, 1000, this 60, again this is nothing but the 40, this is nothing but the 20, this ironing is nothing but the 500 watt, CFL 25 watt, and this fan 60 watt. Whenever I will add the rating of this particular all equipment, and whatever at last final I will get, that is nothing but the connected load to that particular system. म्हणजे किती येतोय तो? 1745 watt. म्हणजे जर सपोज इफ I will consider this is one home, okay, I have considered this is one home, म्हणजे what will be the load, connected load of this particular one home to this particular supply system? This is of what? 1745 watt. This is of what? 1745 watt. Okay, everybody got this one? सगळ्यांना connected load चा, everybody got this concept of connected load?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what you have to do, what is the important task to you people? What you have to do in your home? How many apparatus are connected? You have to look at, or you have to write down in your notebook. Okay, and by considering this you have to find out what, how many connected load of your home to particular power system. Okay, everybody got it? सगळ्यांना कळले का? उद्याच्याला तुम्हाला काय करायचंय? What you have to do in the time of what I can say Monday's morning lecture, what you have to do, you have to find out which equipments are connected. First of all, in first column, in your particular home, write down which equipment is connected, and in front of that write down the rating of that particular equipments. Okay, now don't go to, no need to see and like आता सरांनी काढायला सांगितलं म्हणल्यावर फॅनचं बघायचं म्हणल्यावर फॅनला वर बघून त्याची रेटिंग बघू नका. एखादा तुमच्या कंपनीचा फॅन असेल, ओके, if you are having the fan of different company and on that particular you can say if you can put on the Google the ratings of this particular company's fan, it will show you the ratings of that particular fan. Otherwise what you will do, whatever these ratings I have taken, take the same rating and find out what is how much amount of connected load from your home to the electrical supply system. Okay, कळलंय का सगळ्यांना काय करायचंय? रँडमली आय विल आस्क टू एनीवन, randomly I will ask to anyone, you have to tell the how much your load is there, how much your connected load is there to this electrical supply system. Okay, no need to go to the electrical particular electrical apparatus and what I can say write down there. नाहीतर तुम्ही जाचाल कुठं टीव्ही काढ कुठं पंखा काढ असं करत बसाल. डोंट डू लाईक दिस. व्हॉट एव्हर वी हॅव टेकन हिअर, take the load of this particular as it is and tell me what is the load of your particular or what is the connected load of your home to this particular supply system. Okay, at least electrical engineer we should know how much load is there, okay, of our home to this particular supply system. Everybody got this?
Yes sir.
Okay, now generally in everybody's home what is there? TV is there, one fan is there. If they are having the one what I can say 2 rooms 2 fans are there, means what, for one fan it is 60 watt. If I will consider for 2 watt how much it is, sorry 2 fan, how much it is? 120 watts. If you are having the heater 1000 watt. Okay, in your home if one tube light 4 tube lights are there, one tube light is of what, 40 watt. If you are considering the 4 tube lights, how much it is? 160 watt. Okay, in your one, again what you can say, TV is there, which is of what, it is of what, 60 watt. In nobody's home they are having 4 and 5 TVs, only one TV is there. If someone is having AC also, they can write down the ratings of AC by searching it on the Google, no problem for me. But just I want is that you should able to calculate your load, your connected load of your home. That is the my intention, that as an electrical engineering you should know what is the load of your particular home. कळलंय का सगळ्यांना task? Everybody got this one? Okay, so this is the concept of connected load, means actually which equipments are connected there to this particular electrical supply system. And whenever I will take the addition of ratings of all the equipments, then whatever the final amount that I'm getting, that is nothing but the connected load. See this term, many of the time this term connected load, every time it is going to be appear in the particular power system. Okay, every time it is going to be appeared into the power system. You should know the definition of this one. Okay, now next point is nothing but the firm power. What is that? Firm power. Okay, so see, it is defined as a theoretical value of power which a power plant is supposed to produce throughout year or at all time is known as a firm power. Very simple definition. What is that? A theoretical value. Firm power manje kai? It is nothing but the theoretical value. Whenever we are going to consider any power plant, and in that particular power plant throughout year, how much amount of power that particular what I can say, that particular power plant is supposed to produce, that you can call it is nothing but the firm power. ओके, म्हणजे एखादा पर्टिक्युलर पॉवर प्लांट आहे त्यांनी थ्रू आउट इयर मध्ये किती पॉवर प्रोड्यूस केली पाहिजे, व्हॉट एव्हर दॅट व्हॅल्यू इज देअर, that value is called as nothing but the firm power. Okay, everybody got it? whenever one power plant is there where the electricity is going to be produced in that particular power plant, or you can say in this particular power plant power is going to be produced in 1 year, how much amount of power it is going to produce, that is nothing but the firm power. Okay, but why they have called it is the theoretical value? Why they have called it is a theoretical value? Because if we are going to calculate, see our, what I can say, our year is going to start from 1st of the January. Okay, so on the 1st of the January, if we are finding the firm power, okay, what we can say, we are suppose that on 31st December, or on 1st January, on 2nd January, on 3rd January, up to the 31st December, on 1st January, it should produce power of 100 watt. Okay, I am giving example. On 2nd January, it should produce again 100 watt. Okay, this is nothing but the theoretical value. आपण असं म्हणतोय की त्यांनी तसं प्रोड्यूस करायला पाहिजे, and whatever that particular amount is there, that is going to called it as the firm power. म्हणजे whatever the power which is going to produce on 31st December, that we don't know on 1st of the January. Okay, or whatever the power which is going to be produced on 31st of the August, that we don't know on 1st of the January. That's why this is called as the imaginary. Imaginary means what? We have to assume, or we have supposed to produce throughout that particular year. That is called as nothing but the firm power. That is called as nothing but the firm power. आपण असं आपल्याला वाटतंय की त्यांनी ह्या वर्षभरात एवढी पर्टिक्युलर पॉवर प्रोड्यूस केली पाहिजे, that is nothing but the firm power. And why it is called as the imaginary? We are going to suppose that particular, that's why it is called as nothing but the imaginary. So everybody got the definition of firm power? Everybody
Yes,
got the
sir.
definition: connected load and firm power. These are the two important terms. Understand this, because whenever next time in anywhere in our particular power system the firm power word is came, that you should know what is the meaning of this particular firm power. Okay, next, this already we have studied what is the connected load. Okay, now see, the third point is nothing but the cold reserve. What is the third point? Cold reserve. What is that? It is defined as the reserve generating capacity which is available for service but not in operation. Okay, what is the cold reserve? Baga, it is defined as reserve generating capacity. Okay, means if we are considering any particular power plant, this power plant is having its reserve generating capacity. Okay, means if that particular power plant is going to produce 5 megawatt of the electricity, we can consider nearly about the 500 watt or 1 megawatt is nothing but the reserve generating capacity. Okay, which is nothing but the reserve generating capacity, but which is available for service. Okay, the service साठी available आहे, but is not in operation. But it is not in operation. म्हणजे ती सर्व्हिस साठी अवेलेबल आहे, but still now we have not used it, or we have not did any operation on that. That is nothing but the cold reserve. Everybody got it? Understand what is the cold reserve? Cold reserve is nothing but the reserve generating capacity which is available for service, but we have not used it, or but it is not in the operation. That is called as nothing but the cold reserve. Okay, that is called as nothing but the cold reserve. Next, second part is nothing but the hot reserve. What is that? It is again the reserve generation capacity, but which is available in operation but not in service. Okay, which is available in operation but not in service. Exactly opposite of the cold reserve. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Exactly opposite of this cold reserve. First, cold reserve, what is that? It is a reserve generating capacity. ओके, आता जनरली जर आपण ज्यावेळेस आपण पॉवर प्लांट्स बघू, whenever we are going to see the different power plants, that time you can observe what is the meaning of cold reserve or hot reserve. But here also you can understand the meaning easily. Cold reserve is nothing but it is a reserve generating capacity. Okay, what is that? It is a reserve generating capacity. Okay, means if you are considering out of 500 megawatt, consider it is of what? 5 megawatt is the reserve generating capacity, which is available for service. जी सर्व्हिसला अवेलेबल आहे पण आपण सध्या त्याच्यावर काही ऑपरेशन केलेलं नाही, that is nothing but the cold reserve. Okay, that is nothing but the cold reserve. And hot reserve is nothing but the what? Out of this 5 megawatt, out of this 5 megawatt, ऑपरेशनला ती अवेलेबल आहे पण ती सर्व्हिस मध्येच नाहीये. दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी, यू कॅन कॉल इट इज नथिंग बट दी हॉट रिझर्व, which is called as nothing but the hot reserve. And last part is nothing but the spinning reserve. What is that? It defines as the generating capacity which is actually connected to bus and ready to take a load. Okay, which is actually which is actually connected to bus and ready to take a load. म्हणजे हे जे काय 495 राहिलेलं आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट डी अ स्पिनिंग रिझर्व. म्हणजे काय करू शकतो? आय कॅन कनेक्ट देअर अ लोड, आय कॅन कनेक्ट देअर अ लोड. Okay, these are the three important points. That is nothing but the cold reserve, hot reserve and spinning reserve. Cold reserve म्हणजे काय? Which is available for operation but not in service. Hot reserve means काय? Which is available in operation but not in service, but it is a reserve generating capacity. It is a reserve generating capacity. And spinning reserve is means what? It is a generating capacity which is now ready for connecting load or for taking the load. This is called as the spinning reserve. This is called as the spinning reserve. Okay, it will take a time for understanding. This is new concept to you. Don't feel that this is a difficult. This is a very good concept. Whenever we will study the numericals on this particular power plants, that time you are clearly going to understand what is the cold reserve and what is the hot reserve and what is the spinning reserve. But here you can remind in your mind that what is the cold reserve, hot reserve and spinning reserve. Okay, this is the 5 important terms that we have studied. Okay, which are that? The terms which are commonly used in this operation. Which is that term? First is the connected load, second firm power, sorry, third is the cold reserve, fourth is the hot reserve, and fifth is nothing but the spinning reserve. These are the 5 important terms generally we are going to use into the power system. Then another there is a terms is that variable load on power system, or you can say variable load on power station. Okay, so this is the very important concept. So what is the variable load on power station? See, the load on the power station varies from time to time due to uncertain demands of the consumer, and that is known as the variable loads on the power station. See, now what is the what word demand is used here? Okay, what is the demand? Can you say that? See what they can say: load on the power system varies from time to time due to uncertain demands. Consider first example. I will tell you what is uncertain demands. In the what I can say, summer season, we will require continuous working of our fan. Why we requires? Because we are feeling hot, and in order to get cooling, we will require the fan. Means what? Not only in my home, in everybody's home, fan is continuously working condition. Means what? Demand is more. Okay, fan is continuously working, it means that my demand is more. Okay, my demand is more. It is going to vary from time to time. How you can say that it is going to vary time to time? See, whenever I am in my home I will require continuous on off fan. Okay, but if I will for certain, what I can say, for certain work, if I will left from home, if I will lock my home, that time whether it is possible that I will switch on my fan continuously. मी घरातून बाहेर चाललोय काही कामासाठी, मग त्यावेळेस मी फॅन चालू ठेवूनच जाणार का? त्यावेळेस काय करणार? फॅन आय विल क्लोज दॅट फॅन. मीन्स व्हॉट? माय डिमांड हॅज बीन reduced. Okay, my demand has been reduced. But consider another situation of like winter season now. Okay, instead of considering rainy season, consider winter season. In winter season no one require the fan because already cold is there. Means what? My demand has been reduced. Okay, my demand has been reduced. Means what I can say, due to uncertain demand. Okay, I will again give the another example of uncertain demand. Okay, consider our home. Whenever our family members are there, generally our all members are going to for the work during the time of day period. आपल्या घरातले सगळे कामाला जातात. Okay, what practice we are having? Whenever everybody is in our home at night, that time we are watching the TV. Okay, means what? At the night time my demand for TV is more. Okay, means when as soon as I will on that particular TV, means what? My load is connected to the particular supply system. Whenever I will switch off the fan, switch on the fan, it means that my load is connected to the supply system. If I will switch on the lights, it means that I will connect my particular load to the supply system. Okay, in day season, what it will happen? Or in a day, we are not going to on the lights bulbs. Why? Because we are having our natural sunlight. But at the night season or at the night, what it will happen? We require light. Okay, means what? Our demand has been increased. Okay, so what happens? Due to this increase and decrease a demand of this particular electricity, what happens? There is a load on that particular system get varies from time to time. Okay, what happened? Due to this uncertain demands, the load on particular power station varies from time to time. Load on that particular power station varies from time to time, and that is known as variable load on the power station. Variable load on the power station. एव्हरीबडी गॉट इट? सगळ्यांना व्हेरिएबल लोडचा कन्सेप्ट कळलेला आहे का? त्याच्यासाठी तर मी आपल्या घराचं एक्झाम्पल दिलेलं आहे. फॉर दॅट ओनली आय हॅव गिवन दी एक्झाम्पल ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर आवर होम, so that you can easily understand. Everybody got it? Variable load on power station.
Yes, sir.
I will give another one example. See, when another example is that consider our college load is there. Okay, and now see that whenever what I can say, whenever you were into the college, at that time what happens? Your lectures is going on. At that time, whenever your lectures is going on, we are continuously on the fan, lights, and that particular PA system. Whenever I will on any particular apparatus, it means that we are having my load is going to connect it to the power station, or instead of connection power station, consider the supply system. Okay, but you are now not in your college. So whether it is practice that although you are not in college, we go to the class, and by what I can say, standing there, I am going to on each and every fan and teaching to you. It is not like that. I am sitting in my cabin, I am just opening the laptop and I am teaching through this online mode to you. Means what you can say that my demand is less now, our college demand is less now, but whenever you are going to entering into the college, at that time demand is more, because you are continuously studying into the college, you are continuously, you are in your what I can say, hostels. In your hostels, what happens, you are switching your light, fans, laptop, bulbs, whatever it may be. Okay, means whenever you are not in college, at that time demand is less, but whenever you are entering into the college, the demand of electricity is more. So due to this demand, what happen, there is a whatever the load on power station, it is varied from time to time, and that variation of the load is known as the variable loads on the power station. Variable loads on the power station. Got it, everyone? Everyone got this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is nothing but the variable loads on the power station. So we have studied, so this is the next part, but we have studied a very three important points today. We have studied the definition of economic aspects of power, what I can say, power generation. Then we have studied five important definitions, that is connected load, then firm power, then cold reserve, hot reserve, and spinning reserve. And then we will study variable load on the power station. Okay.